Welcome to the Buying a House in Japan podcast. My name's Take,
And I'm Joey.
and we're two friends who just quit our corporate jobs and bought a cheap house in rural Japan.
The goal of this podcast is to document the highs and lows of the process while informing you of every step you need to take in order for you to do it yourself too.
We're by no means experts, and we're doing this for the first time, but we hope this gives you a realistic expectation if you embark on this journey yourself, and we hope you enjoy the show. Yo, we are back. How you doing, Joey?
Good. Is this the Christmas edition? Maybe
Christmas edition. Are you getting any snow in Nova Scotia? How's it looking outside?
No, there was some before I got back. It looked like a lot, maybe like a full foot or something. I think like when I was in New York still, but no, it's been rain. We've been getting a lot of rain on the East Coast.
I shipped you some Akia Mart merch, and the guy at the post office, hey, do I need to wrap this in plastic bag because there's snow? I was like, yeah, I have no idea. So it might come in a plastic bag outside
Californians, of the box. No idea what it's like to live in a snowy place.
I'm calling it from Hawaii, man. It's like solid 24, 25 Celsius, 74, 75 Fahrenheit. Feeling good.
Nice, man.
You should definitely come out here soon. Switch it up from the Nova Scotia coldness.
Yeah, it would be nice. A little break from the winter.
Yeah. Anyways, this episode, kind of keeping it open. Let's do a Dear Diary series. I think it's been a while since we kind of just talked our mind of what we're doing. A little less structured here. I think a lot's been going on these past couple of weeks for us. I can't believe we're at the end of 2023 too. Congrats, man. We bought a house in Japan.
Yeah, and to think that we only really started talking about this in April 2023 too. We got a lot accomplished.
We physically own a house. The house will be done February.
Yeah, paid outright, no mortgage.
No mortgage. Taxes are low. Hopefully it doesn't catch on fire, but we're homeowners in Japan. It's good to say that.
Hope it doesn't catch on fire. There was a fire in the neighborhood, and like the most popular form of heating is burning kerosene inside your house.
Hey, the kerosene heater is a monster. That's such a good
fossil
heater.
Fuels.
Fossil fuels. You kept saying,
although it's like,
I love fossil fuels.
Yeah, although it's like the exhaust, like literally just fills the room with exhaust. You barely notice it. I feel like if you're coming from a different room and you walk in, you take a sniff, like it feels a little bit exhaust fumey, maybe. Yeah. But once you're in there, you kind of get used to it. I have no idea if are you supposed to crack a window? I really don't know.
I'm pretty sure you got to crack a window. But I found out that door in my room was cracked, and that's why my room was so cold all the time, because the windows were off. Anyways, construction updates, Joey. We got some videos from Fumi the Fixer, our on-ground person. The place is looking good. We got some insulation up in the hood there.
And the insulation was something that we like. I don't know why. I thought it was going to be such a big deal, and so we were always kind of like, do we ask them to insulate? Do we not? And then I feel like one of the last days before we left, we were just like, let's ask him. And we asked him like, how hard would it be to insulate this downstairs? And he was like, really easy. And we're like, oh, do it. Let's do it.
But it's funny. Joey, tell that story. You had mentioned the other day about Sato-san. As context, we've been our contractor. His name's Sato-san. Joey has been making coffee for him every morning, kind of like a Pavlov incentive for him to chat with us. Joey told me a funny story.
Yeah.
Take it away.
I drink coffee every morning, so I'm downstairs making it every day, and Sato-san comes around 9 a.m. kind of thing, around the time that I was waking up. So I'd be downstairs making coffee, and I'd offer him some too, and we'd have a little chat, like 15-20 minute chat kind of thing, just about whatever. And so I was making it every day, and I was making it with pour over method. We had a pour over thing, and we were going to Hyuga and Fukuoka and Oita City, all these different places to get sourcing good beans, all that kind of stuff. So I was like making a little bit of like fancy kind of coffee type thing for him. And I'm there, and we're like having the coffee, and I'm always like talking about the beans, like, oh, these ones aren't so good, blah, blah, blah. So I'm making him this like black coffee every day, but like kind of fancy thing. And then I noticed once I was going to the Konbini, to the 7-Eleven, and I asked him if I could get him anything. And he was like, oh yeah, get me one of the like the cafe au laits, like one of those canned coffees
lattes,
with like milk and sugar in it. And then I feel like that was maybe like 2 days before I left Japan. And then the day I left Japan, that morning, I asked him, I was like, so when you make coffee, like when you drink coffee, like how do you take it? And he goes, lots of milk and sugar. So I had been making him this like black coffee kind of thing the whole time. And he's more of like a milk and sugar kind of guy. But
Ah,
Oh, good. He was
the
drinking it. He was
yeah,
not complaining, and he was like, "Okay, yeah, I think I understand the good beans."
totally. If you I mean, I'm addicted to caffeine to some degree, and you take it in any form you can, and I'd say even if it's black without sugar and cream, right?
Yeah, like we didn't even have milk and sugar in the house. I was like, "Oh, sorry, like I can't even make you one with milk and sugar. We don't even have any."
Jeez. All right. Well, either way, I think Sato-san, we've finally got him on a line conversation, and we're checking in with him, asking him what our plans. It seems like our bottom floor will be done end of January, and then he's moving on to top floor February, right?
Yeah, and then he's going back down to the bottom floor to finish the shower room. We're kind of doing like more of a custom
Hmm.
bathroom thing there. So I guess he's leaving that to the end.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things I think we could add on, but I think at this point we just let him roll with it, right?
Yeah, and I'm kind of down to see what his like the Sato-san omakase, like just kind of leave some decisions up to him. I
Hmm.
feel like he like every time we would say something like, "Oh, we should expose these beams," or when I was picking out the wallpaper on the flooring, he always was kind of like, "Oh, like good choice, nice taste," kind of thing, and like
Nice.
kind of agreed with the different customizations we were doing.
Okay.
So I think, I mean, I'm hopeful that his
Okay.
decision making is going to be good because he wanted to change the tile. Like it sounded like from the update from Fumi, he wanted to like kind of do something different in the kitchen, that not something different, but just he had an idea for something we hadn't talked about yet. And so we're kind
Yep.
of like, oh, just let him do his thing.
Yep. 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 Cool. Right on. I'm excited to we're checking in every other week or roughly maybe every 2 3 weeks to see construction updates, but it's good to see those goddamn toilets are gone. We're we're done with the squatty
Yeah.
bodies.
We made the right choice, I think, moving fast on him too. He's got another job lined up, and now they have to wait until March or whatever for our job to be done. So it's nice that we moved fast on him.
Quick decision making might sometimes bites us in the butt, how we got Jillo.com the domain name, but other times it's better, right?
Yeah. Speaking
That
of Jillo.com, that's a domain
yep.
name we bought for Akiyamart, but we got a little scared that's too close to Zillow.com. I mean, that was the whole point, and then we got kind of warned that you can't do that kind of thing.
Yep. $1,000 lesson, but I think we'll be able to repurpose it for something at some point, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, open mind.
Yep. How is Akia Mart coming? If you don't already know, Akia, AKIYA Mart.com. Akia means abandoned house in Japanese or in Japan. Joey's been deving it up. What's the latest?
But yeah, so basically trying to wrap up a V1. So I've got a list of tickets. I'm using Trello, and I've got a list of tickets for V1, and I'm just going full steam ahead trying to move those tickets over to the done column. And then once that's done, I feel like yeah, we can V1 whatever, pay, start marketing or whatever we're going to do. But I would say that we're moving from beta to what comes after beta, the V1, I guess.
I guess viable product.
Yeah, viable product. So that's going to happen very soon. So few of the things that taking care of, making sure happen for before V1 launch is I think the first one that's going on right now is the web scraper is kind of like working double time at the moment. We are running into a lot of issues with no photo. So for anyone that uses the website, a lot of listings had this kind of like no photo image. Instead of like the images of the house, it was all these kind of like gray images that said no photo. And I think that the reasoning behind that is the web scraper runs every day. And when it scrapes, I feel like sometimes the agent that is actually creating the listing on these other Japanese websites at home and Nifty, they've created a listing and they've added a bunch of textual data, but they haven't added the pictures yet. And maybe they're building this listing form over the course of a week or something like that. So the web scraper scrapes it at an incomplete time, or perhaps they come back and they change some photos around or get new photos or something like that. So I feel like I was scraping incomplete listings. So the web scraper is rerunning right now over all older listings, and I've set it up to check back in with a listing after 7 days. So the first time it scrapes, it's just going to populate the database with whatever data it finds, and then it's going to check back in on that listing after 7 days again. So hopefully that's going to take care of the no photo issue.
Yeah, if you haven't been to Akimart for a while, check it out. Joey's been hustling. It's Joey. Hats off to you. It's snappier. It's definitely come a long way from when you first load and you see all the stuff. So it's I think we got a product here, and excited to hard launch it soon.
Yeah, we're gonna come out with some pricing. I mean, we're in discussion trying to figure out what the
Mhm.
price is. So we're gonna drop a paywall as part of V1 coming in the near future. We're thinking $15 a month, and we'll see where that goes. Again, this is our first time doing this, so we're just trying something out and see what sticks.
Totally. On that note, we mentioned in the last episode and probably one before, we've been doing consults. They've been going great. We've met some really awesome people, but also just calling out if you do want to consult and decide not to show up, please let us know. We've been dealing with quite a few no shows, which I don't know. We've been prioritizing it in our day. I actually just drove back home to take a consult, but we found out it was canceled, so it kind of sucks. So we're trying to figure out how to talk to people using Akimart, but also reliably because we are putting a lot of time and thought into it. So I want to make sure that people are showing up if we do save that time. So
Yeah, if you're gonna flake, flake earlier than later.
yeah, please flake earlier. We sent all these confirmation things. Joey, I don't know if there's any more texts or emails that will really help us. It's really just getting people's skin in the game. So maybe we do like a dollar fee or we'll figure something out.
Yeah, that'll be our last resort to okay, just get people to put a little skin in the game, like $1 for a
Yep.
consultation or something like that.
Yep. Last update on Akimart. We got merch, Joey. Get ready. I got a laptop sticker, got a hoodie version. I think these are the pilots on the side. My partner and I we got a t-shirt press, so we've been playing with some stuff. So who knows? We might have some Akimart merch on the site quite soon.
I'm excited. I don't know how that's all gonna work with shipping and stuff, but we'll figure it out. And maybe there'll be a little merch button or something like
Oh,
that
don't
coming up.
worry. It'll be fine. I'm sorting out the ship. Just no shipping to Canada. It's amazing how much it was like 40
US.
bucks. Yeah, it was 40 bucks to
So
ship to Canada. I was like, "What?"
okay, so US only.
US only unless we'll bring a limited quantity to Japan maybe. And but man, the stickers are looking good. Nice design work. I have it on my laptop right now.
Nice. I want to put one on the laptop too. Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
design too. I mean, part of it was my design. I feel like Gaga had a little input there too, but
She did not love it at first, but I think it warmed up to her and she liked it later on.
I'm excited.
Yep. Just note the Amazon sweater quality is pretty low, so just take it. Probably has 10 washes in it. Would be my bet. We'll
Yes,
get better
that's the
stuff soon.
thing. I'm of the fan. Every time I've worked for a company and you get the I don't know whatever this Christmas time they usually give out a bunch of swag or something like that. I don't love those Gildan t-shirt quality type things. So
Only good stuff.
I'd be more excited about higher priced merch for better quality because it's something I would actually wear.
Yep. Hey, now it's not other company shirts. It's our company shirt. I think so. I'm happy to send out this merch to people if they actually rock it and it gets people to take a look at Akiyamart.
All right.
All right. In other news, what have we been working on? Oh, GK's entity structures. So for context, we went into this and we bought our house in Beppu under our names. We've kind of learned since, and we've thought about this a little bit too. If we make our house an Airbnb, like how do we get income if we don't have a bank account? It was kind of all really murky. We recently watched this video by this guy named Shu Matsu. He's doing really good content. We're going to talk to him soon. But one of his big recommendations was creating this thing called a GK, which stands for, I think, what, Gorokaisha? Is that right, Joey?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that means in
Okay.
Japanese,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think you got the name right.
Yep. So it's a Gorokaisha. To my understanding, it's the equivalent of an LLC in the U.S. If you've dealt with any real estate in the U.S. or you own something, and you probably are familiar with the LLC game. So we are in the process now of trying to figure out how to make this GK in Japan. Seemingly, it looks like we could probably pay people to do it. Definitely is not something I think we want to tackle ourselves, given the complexity of Japanese government and registrations and stuff, right? Wouldn't want to try it, right? Willing to pay for someone, right?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah. Oh
So
yeah. I mean, the document. Yes, definitely.
we're talking to two folks right now. One of them I think is in Tokyo. Seems like they generally quoted us like start to finish, I think 2 to 3K US dollars, which seems pretty reasonable for me. If we got a bank account in hand, that's a pretty big unlock in my mind.
Yeah,
Um,
and I mean that was like one of like the bank account always seemed like like the limiting fat or whatever the word. Yeah, something that we needed, but who we had no idea how to go about getting this right. At the moment,
Yep.
we're using we're borrowing Ziv at Nippon Trading International's bank account, so we would send funds to Ziv's company's bank account, and then we could pay the owner of the house that way, or any utility fees and that kind of stuff. So we were always like, how do we do this without having to lean on Nippon Trading International? And this seems like the way to do it. But yeah, Shu's got a great video on basically a higher level overview of how to set this up.
I'll link that video in the show notes. And also, if you are interested in getting in touch with those GK setup companies, feel free to drop us a line too. Happy to share those. But yeah, we're in the exploratory phase. One thing the Tokyo based company mentioned, Joey, that I had let them know that, like, hey, we're thinking about doing Minpaku or Airbnb or hotel registration. And they recommended we maybe work with someone closer to Beppu. So I hit them back with a question of, do we need to have the same person make a GK? And this is all this scrivener lawyer stuff in Japan is like so confusing. There's so many names, and I don't know. I don't fully understand who, what entity we're really working with, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. The whole Scrivener thing is quite confusing.
Yeah. In addition to that, I think the next, so after we make this after we make this GK, we make a bank account under it. We had heard before that you need like a local director, but it seems like that's not true anymore. You might not need someone locally, but we are still looking at hiring someone on the ground to kind of be our person. So maybe we might task Fumi or one of our friends to be kind of our local rep. But once we get that GK, once we get a bank account, then we're looking at hotel registration, Minpaku registration. But something that's a little scary, Joey, is accountant taxes. I know we're far from getting revenue from our place in Beppu, but it's something on the horizon, unfortunately, that we got to start thinking about.
No doubt a Scrivener will be involved in that process too.
Yeah. So a lot of confusion. We don't honestly fully get it ourselves, but I think this is just kind of like how it is the first time you do anything like real estate transaction. Yeah, I think once you look back, you're like, oh, okay, that was simple. And hopefully it's as simple as people say, but from our view right now, it's honestly really intimidating.
Yeah, a little bit. It's nice doing this with a friend, though. It kind of like
Yeah,
doing this by yourself. It would be a lot more scary than doing with you, because
I
at
would
least
give
we
up.
can kind of like, yeah, bounce. Did you understand that? Did you understand that kind of thing?
Yeah. But again, process of what we're doing is we're going to try to make a GK, Godo Kaisha. From there, we're going to have that Godo Kaisha open a bank account. One note on bank accounts in Japan, they're very hard to make. I don't know. I think there was like some Yakuza scandal or something, which is why bank accounts are so hard to make. But even Japanese nationals say it's quite hard to make bank accounts. Again, once we get that bank account, then we make our Minpaku or hotel registration.
Yeah, they got some funny rules, like the bank account stuff, and all this. Like, I was trying to move, like I was trying to pay our contractor through a bank transfer from my bank, so I was using OFX, and tried to do that to Fumi as well, a person that's helping us out with a lot of these processes. And they both got hit with this money laundering thing, and they had to go to the bank, and it was like the bank was a lot of documentation from them, and it was just like very strange. And at the same time, you can buy a house in pure cash. It just, I don't know.
It's weird for like how digitally forward people think Japan is. It's like for some things completely the opposite, right?
Yeah.
So for our car registration, there's another little bit complicated thing. We're trying to buy a car from our friend Reiko and Kevin. It's not just like signing over title. It's like there's all this paperwork. The government needs to know if the dimensions of our parking spot, where we're parking, because we're not local residents. And we'll do a full maybe podcast episode on this once we get it all settled. But it's
Scrivener involved again too.
Scrivener, yeah. We got to go down to. I physically got to be in Japan, and I think I need to go to the office or something. Is what the last. I think the next step is, right.
Yeah, I thought that we yeah, I was surprised that we have to be there in person. I thought the next step was like getting some documents from California in your case, but I don't know. I guess yeah. These processes are confusing. You kind of have to take them like one step at a time. And
Yeah.
apparently, sometimes you need to be in the country, and sometimes you need to get documents from your home country.
Speaking of kind of whack rules, remember that time we went to the yakitori restaurant and we drove, and then we had one beer, and then the people at the restaurant were like, "You're not driving home, right?" We're like, "What? We just had one beer."
Oh
You
yeah,
remember
yeah,
that?
yeah. We're like, yeah, no, we got the cars parked right outside. And they're
And
like,
they're like, yeah, you get a DUI if you drink 1 beer and drive, so just know that if anyone listening, you're in Japan and you have a car, you're planning on driving, like, you cannot have a single drop of beer, it sounds like.
yeah. So there is, it's not like zero tolerance. I forget. We looked it up once, but it was like 1/3 of the blood alcohol level as the United States or something like that is the limit.
It's it's funny, the yakitori chef's like, "No, no, no, you're leaving your car here," and we're like, "Yeah, we're leaving our car here," and we we just walked out and drove our car home.
Yeah, we stuck around. We're like, go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, if you listen to this, we did it safely. Our house was literally like a 3-minute drive away, so it wasn't very far.
Yeah, yeah.
Prioritize safety.
We had one beer.
Yep. Cool. I guess one other topic that we've been thinking a lot about, and we're getting in touch with a couple folks in Japan about it, but is about that minpaku or Airbnb. How can we Airbnb in Japan? Seems like everyone we talk to, and this seems to be the formula people want. They want to invest in Japan. They want to rent out a spot on Airbnb while they're not there, so it generates income. We had gone back and forth on this a couple times, but I think Joey, we've kind of set on let's just go for it and see if we can get our minpaku or hotel registration. Joey, what's a minpaku?
Yeah, so Minpaku is like short term rental stay, so under 30 days for all intents and purposes. It's Airbnb. If you want to Airbnb your house in Japan, you need to get this Minpaku license. And Minpaku, while legal in Japan, there are a lot of rules. And those rules, there's even more onerous rules in some neighborhoods of Tokyo and Kyoto as well. I think Kyoto, like, you can only Airbnb your house under these Minpaku rules for like February, March. Like there's only 2 months out of the year.
Yeah.
For the rest of Japan, for most of the rest of Japan, it's 180 days too. So you can only Airbnb for half of the year.
So with the minpaku was our initial gut feeling on going towards that. It seems like that was the main option, but we quickly learned that there's actually another option called just like getting licensing, getting a hotel registration. We're not experts in this, but we are going to pursue it. It seems like most people we talk to actually just now recommend jumping straight to registering your Airbnb as a hotel. I think there's a lot of there's
Yeah, I would
probably
say
yeah.
overwhelmingly, like everyone we spoke to that has done Airbnb before, feels like overwhelmingly everyone's saying just skip to the hotel license. Like both processes are pretty onerous to get signed up for. So just go for the one that's going to allow you to rent your house out for 365 days of the year.
Yeah, we found out there's an Airbnb. Like again, we initially thought it was like our neighborhood was too quiet. One, our neighbors are no longer there, so I think that has changed. Circumstances have changed, unfortunately for the I don't know,
Yeah,
like it's
she
just kind of
disappeared.
abandoned.
Actually,
But we also
I'll text
yeah,
Sato-san and ask if the neighbor has
sh-
returned or not. But just
me-
like one day, she was a very old person, and then just like one day, she was no longer there.
yeah. So that coupled with we found out there's another Airbnb like right down the street from us. I think just looking at photos, looking at locations, there it is definitely possible. So even Joey, if we just go through the process and we sell the place or we don't Airbnb it, I think just learning experience wise, this will be good prep for us and experience for future places.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too.
Okay, I guess future plans. I think we've been brainstorming a lot. I feel like I text you more than I text my girlfriend at this point. She's quite jealous, Joey. She's like, "Who's texting you? It's Joey." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, it's Joey." But we've been
Usually,
brainstorming a lot.
yeah, usually just dumb stuff. But
No, but I think like future plans on we've talked a little bit about relocating maybe or moving from Beppu to look focus on Tokyo. I think I've been inspired by Anton's book Free Houses in Japan. He specifically does stuff in Tokyo. I think the wave is coming, Joey. I think there's a lot of people that are
yeah,
interested in the space, right?
I ordered his book too. When's it come? Friday. I'm getting it Friday. His
Okay,
book.
okay. But yeah, we're on the lookout now for maybe doing an Airbnb in Tokyo. I think that's just proven to be the one spot that appreciates rental value wise. There's unlimited tourism, it seemingly, and I think that's kind of the big leagues, right?
Yeah, and I would say like we shouldn't rule out condos either. I think condos are a great option.
Yeah, but I want a concrete house, man. I think the
I
concrete
mean,
house game is so sick.
would be cool if we can find one in the price range. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, without naming names, we did have some people that we know kind of reach out like, "Hey, if you're like, I'm down to invest with you in a place in Tokyo." So, kind of maybe potentially going in with another friend could be interesting as well.
Yeah, that's been something we haven't thought too much about, although it definitely keeps it cleaner if it's just you and me. But like, if we take outside capital and we buy something bigger, heck, we get a boutique hotel someday. I think that could be pretty freaking sweet.
Yeah, that's true. It is going to be cleaner, just you and me. But something food for thought kind of thing.
Yeah. Let's see if we can just keep leveling up. I The more I think about Jisoji or Beppu spot, I'm kind of like that. The onsen game is so good, but long term, I think Tokyo is maybe a better place to have a vacation home for us.
Yeah, Beppu. I mean, Beppu was nice, but kind of agree.
We did a like quick how-to video that's actually on Akiyamart where we found a property in Hakone that place looks pretty good. Closer to Tokyo, has the hot spring game. Maybe that's an alternative, Joey.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I feel like that's a very Airbnb-able location as well, especially because this place had hot spring water. That's what people want to do when they go to that's why you go to Hakone.
Yeah.
It have views of Mount Fuji
Mhm.
and hot spring water, which is like kind of why the two reasons why you go to Hakone.
Dang. Okay. Food for thought. I think we're power users on Akiyamart. If you are Akiyamart user, like some properties, like I think it's so fun. I think we really built a product that is genuinely I enjoy using. So great job, Joey.
Thank you. Yeah, like future plans for Akiyamart. Like for V2, not a V1, but after V1's done, one of the first things I want to do for V2 is change the mobile layout to be closer to the Instagram feed. Like I realize that's how I want to scroll. That's how I want to like brainlessly scroll through properties as if you're scrolling through Instagram. It's coming soon.
Yep. Keep sharing Akiyamart. I've been sharing it with my contractors here in Hawaii. I'm like trying to taunt them or lure them over. Hey, you want to do some work and on a sweet house in Japan? I don't know how that would work, but nevertheless, I'm still going to keep pitching it to them. Other than that, Joey, anything else? I think we're feeling pretty good. We've had some give a couple podcast shout outs. One to Joey's dad. I quickly learned that he is listening to our podcast. How do you feel about that,
Yeah,
Joey?
avid listener. He liked that. I feel like most of the mentions about him have been all trash related. He liked that.
He's the source of your inspiration for Japan. Had you guys not moved to Japan, this wouldn't
I
have
mean, that's
happened,
true.
right?
Yeah, would have never happened. We would have never been friends.
There we go. So really got to thank your dad here. What's your
Yeah,
dad's first name?
Ron. Thanks, Ron.
Ron. Thanks, Ron. This episode is dedicated to Ron Stockermans. Thanks for listening.
Christmas episode.
Christmas episode. All right, buddy. Hey, be Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's from Hawaii. I hope you get a visit soon.
All right, mahalo.
Mahalo.